Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My dear students of Ernest Bradford, I hope you folks are doing very well. In my today's class, I will discuss the theoretical foundation of total physical response. Additionally, I will also discuss the key features and teaching techniques of total physical response. Besides, I will also tell you the advantages and disadvantages of total physical response. The total physical response, developed by James Asher in 1970s, is based on some basic principles of language acquisition in young learners, most notably that the process involves a substantial amount of listening and comprehension in combination with various physical responses such as smiling, reacting, reaching, grabbing, looking, etc. It also focused on the ideas that learning should be as fun and stress-free as possible, and that it should be dynamic through the use of accompanying physical activity. Asher also emphasized the right-brained learning as that part of the brain deals with motor activity, believing it should precede the language processing element covered by the left brain. And let me, my dear students, now discuss the theoretical foundation of TPR. The trace theory claims that memory is increased if it is stimulated through association with motor activity. The trace theory gave rise to the teaching method called TPR, or total physical response. Total physical response insights based on children's language acquisition. Number one, children do a lot of listening before they really start speaking. Number two, children listening is accompanied by physical responses. And number three, motor activity is a right brain function that should precede left brain language processing. And let me, my dear students, now discuss the key features of total physical response. And this part of my discussion will begin by saying, number one, the teacher directs and students act in response. The instructor or the teacher is the director of a stage play in which the students are the actors. Number two, listening and physical response skills are emphasized over oral production. Number three, the imperative mood is the most common language function employed even well into advanced levels. Interrogatives are also heavily used during the procedure. Number four, whenever possible, humor is injected into the lessons to make them more enjoyable for the learners. Number five, students are not required to speak until they feel naturally ready or they feel very much confident to speak. Number six, grammar and vocabulary are emphasized over other language areas. Spoken language is emphasized over written language. And now, my dear students, I will tell you the techniques of TPR. Number one is using commands to direct behavior. The teacher uses commands requiring physical actions from the learners. Number two, role reversal. Students direct the teacher and fellow learners. Number three, action sequence. Teacher gives interconnected directions which create a sequence of actions, also called an operation. As students progress in proficiency, more and more commands are added to the action sequence. Most everyday activities can be broken down into a sequence of actions. Number four, circle action. It is more effective if the students are standing in a circle around the teacher or instructor, and the teacher can even encourage them to walk around as they do the action. Number five, lessons. The teacher can teach many things, including vocabulary connected with actions such as a smile, a wriggle, giggle, a headache, a stomach ache, tenses, the present, past and future, and also continuous forms, classroom language, imperative instructions, and storytelling are also part of lessons. And now, my dear students, I will tell you the advantages of TPR. Number one, it is a lot of fun. Students enjoy it and it can be a real motivator in the class. It lifts the pace and the mood. That is, it boosts up the pace and the mood. It is very memorable. It really helps students to remember phrases or words. Number three, it is good for kinesthetic learners who need to be active in the class and who use their body organs much to more than others. It can be used in large or in small classes. It doesn't really matter how many students one has, as long as one is prepared to take the lead, the students will follow. Number five, it works well with mixed ability classes where students of different abilities are seated. The physical actions get across the meaning effectively so that all the students are able to understand and use the target language. Number six, it doesn't require a lot of preparation or materials or education aids. As long as the teacher is clear what he wants to practice, it won't take a lot of time to get ready. Number seven, it is very effective with teenagers and young learners. Number eight, it involves both left and right brain learning. That is, both the left and right side of the brain are used during this learning process. And let me, my dear students, tell you the disadvantages of TPR. Number one, students who are not used to such things might find it embarrassing and a bit discomforting. Number two, it is only really suitable for beginners levels, that is, learners who have just started to learning things. Number three, the teacher cannot teach everything with it, and if used a lot, it would become repetitive. And let us now wrap up my discussion. Let me now wrap up my discussion by saying you that one of the primary objectives underlying assures total physical response methodology is that learning needs to become more enjoyable and less stressful. A natural way to accomplish this is to recreate the natural way children learn their native language. Total physical response is widely praised as a highly effective method at beginning levels and a standard requirement in the instruction of young learners. It is also admired and praised as a method due to its inherent simplicity, making it accessible to a wide range of teachers and learning environments. And with these few words, let me say you goodbye for today and thank you very much.